gonna tell you an interesting situation though. So I'll paint the story for you. So Kafani was a rapper, you know, kind of. I think he's from Palo Alto, East Palo Alto, something like that. Yeah, EPA. And you know, he'd had a hit song maybe 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. A song called "Fast Like a NASCAR," and he'd been kind of floating around in the scene. Some pictures came out.
What was the activity taking?
He was lying in bed in the, you know, kind of a weird little pose and stuff like that. You know, his girl had, you know, gotten his phone and put him out on Twitter and stuff like that. And this other Bay Area rapper named Philthy Rich.
I heard of Philthy.
You heard of Philthy. He started going in. You know, we started going in on Twitter, calling him all types of, you know, names, and made like a diss song about him and stuff like that. So Kafani responded, made a diss song, and decided to go to Philthy Rich's neighborhood to film the video.
Oh, wow.
Philthy Rich lives in, I believe, Seminary in Oakland, which is known as the Kill Zone.
Yeah.
Okay. When he got there and started to film the video, someone from that neighborhood approached him. A little hazy as to what happened, but unloaded the clip on him. Shot him, I believe, like 10 times or something, close range. He actually died on the way to the hospital, but then got resuscitated. You know, in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
And you know, ended up in a wheelchair.
Oh, he lived.
We had just posted a video where he walked for the first time using kind of these like kind of robot legs.
Yeah.
Sort of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you look at a situation like that, what's the first thing that you think of?
Bad move. Bad move. I mean, do your research on somebody that you know gonna call you out. Like, you know, I heard one time that Kanye was the Beanie Sigel made a comment about Kanye, and Kanye said, "I'm not finna say nothing back to Beanie Sigel." You know, whatever you say, think what you want to think. I know what Beanie Siegel's about. I mean, you have to know who you're dealing with, man, and to just think that you can go in another person's neighborhood. I mean, man, you don't know what kind of roots this person got in here. You should know before you take that risk. But if you just, you know, indiscriminately, okay, well, it's on like this, I'm finna go clowning like this, and that, you gotta know who you're dealing with, man. That was a very bad move, man, and I bet you he regret every thought after he thought, I'm going to put some gas in my car, get my pistol, and head over here with my people, and we finna post up over here and shoot a video right here.
Yeah.
I'm sure he sees that as one of the worst decisions of his life ever, which it was.
I don't think it was one of the worst decisions of his life. I think that was the worst. You know, he's got kids and everything else like that.
I don't know the man. I'm not trying to downplay his situation.
No, I think he would agree with you.
Belittle or not, you know what I mean? Or trivialize it in no way, shape, form, or fashion. It was a bad move.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, he told me in the interview that he had some people from the neighborhood with him, but not from that particular block.
I told you it was. Remember I told you how it is now? It's cliquish. It's not the whole gang. You know, you have gangs fighting within gangs now that, you know, didn't exist, you know, 15, 20 years ago. You know, it's just when I say a cold innovation to the code and the motto, accumulate numbers, let the wrong niggas follow. Now, what I'm saying in this song is called Die For My Set. It's like the cold innovation is that you want to be so big and so notorious that you're accepting anybody that accumulate numbers, and you let the wrong people in because they want to do it for a whole nother reason. They want to wear the colors. They want to get the broads. They want to be able to hang out without nobody threatening them. They want to hang out with a lot of people shielding them. You know, they don't really want to get into it for what it was for. It's just to push what we're about, to push our agenda. You know, it's just like they fodder, and it's just so much fodder, it just overshadows the realness.
Mm-hmm. You have kids?
Yes.
How many?
Yes. A whole handful of them.
Whole handful.
A whole handful of them.
If they came to you and said, you know, Dad, I want to join a gang like you did, what would you tell them?
What gang? I'd ask what gang. What are they about? Why do you want to join them? You know, why do you feel you need to join the gang? What are you going to get out of that? Now, if it's a criminal street gang or something like that, I'm like, wow, you know, is that the life you really want to lead? And I tell them, you know, the things that I went through and, you know, the decisions that I wish I would have made that I didn't make. And, you know, if they were still adamant about it, you know, I wouldn't lock them in the basement and, you know, and force them to follow my script. But, you know, I do everything I can to dissuade them from doing something that, you know, after a time you realize that out of the 1,000 people from your set, you know, really only about 100 of them really got that real love for you and real sense of camaraderie that you would expect from someone that you know, you put the same name on your flesh for and, you know, you fight back to back for, and if something happened that you wouldn't tell on, you rather see yourself, you know, take the fall before you let your reputation fall or betray, you know, the commitment that you made. It's just not like that. So I definitely point out all of the cons and try to get him to show me the pros. And if he couldn't, yeah, you know, I stay on his head and do everything. But if he had like, well, that's what I want to do. You know, I like shooting people. You know, that's my thing. You know, that's where I see myself at in life, going state to state, selling dope, pimping hoes. You know, collecting bodies. You know, I be like, well, you're on a cold mission.